The International Christian Chamber of Commerce, the ICCC Global Trade Center and the Israeli government have partnered together to bring you Innovation's Edge Israel. Leading Israeli innovation and technology is now available to you. Israel, the most strategic nation in the world today, is a land of contrasts. It's the ancient land of the Jewish people. God said to Moses, He will lead His people to a land flowing with milk and honey. Today, it's a land where two peoples, the Jew and the Arab, call home. Israel has been a dry and arid land, but it's now bursting forth with new life everywhere you look. The ownership of this land has been strongly contested, yet it survives and is growing in miraculous ways. Only 22,000 square kilometres, it would fit inside the US state of New Jersey, but its importance to the world can no longer be ignored. Since Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister, pronounced the declaration of the State of Israel in May 1948, Israel has faced overwhelming challenges. It has fought 7 major wars, absorbed more than 3 million immigrants, reduced an inflation rate of 445% to only 3%, eliminated its foreign debt to become a lender to other nations, reclaimed large amounts of uninhabitable land, and maintains the only democratically elected government in the Middle Eastern region. Israel is now the 39th largest economy in the world, with a 2009 GDP of $215 billion, and it exports 45% of that product to the world. Amazingly, it invests 5% of its revenue in research and development, more than double that of any other OECD country. It has more startup companies per capita than any other nation on the earth and supports the 3rd largest venture capital community in the world. The State of Israel has developed one of the world's strongest and most resourceful defence forces. Some believe the training every young person receives while serving in the Israeli Defence Force is a major contributor to Israel being a leader in innovation and technology. Certainly, the many highly educated immigrants flowing into the country over the years that was foretold by ancient scripture has also been a major contributor to its transformation. Israel has now emerged a powerhouse of economic development. It is not only the land of milk and honey, but it's now also the land of high-tech innovation. Israel is now a leader in the area of information technology, communications, solar energy, medical and pharmaceutical research, and nanotechnology. It is well known for diamond processing, agricultural innovation, water reclamation, and much more. Some of the first computer chips, like the 386 and the Pentium, were invented in the high-tech labs in Israel. More recently, Israel R&D labs have developed Xbox 3D sensory technology, digestible cameras for medical diagnosis, new generation battery-powered cars, security and safety cameras that see through walls, laser surgery powered by sun rays, and even experimental flying cars. Many world-leading companies like Google, Microsoft and Oracle have all established major R&D centers in Israel, and Warren Buffett, one of the world's wealthiest people, made his first business investment outside the USA in Israel.
Google is a company that really is driven by innovation and technological innovation and strength, and Israel is well known for its talent, and actually there's a great fit between the Israeli talent and innovation and Google. More specifically, Israeli engineers are known to benefit from a great education system, top-class universities, good experience, and the culture of innovation, which is a great fit actually to Google.
Well, we've been involved in Israel for a very long time. First of all, as a development center for us, we find that our employees in Israel are very creative, very smart, very excited about inventing and discovering new things. So we have a number of excellent teams in Israel. we're also interested in Israel as a place to acquire technologies, and we've acquired a number of companies. We actually have a program with the government of Israel where we help startups get started and get their technology foundation at a very advantaged rate so that they can get started fast and get on with their innovation and discovery. To do business in Israel, there are multi levels. First of all, Israel is also a market where the users are extremely sophisticated, and if your products work well in Israel, they will work everywhere. Secondly, the people are fantastic. They're always willing to contribute both intellectual property and really ingenuity into the products. And then again, your products benefit worldwide for all your customers.
We've actually had R&D work in Israel since the early 90s, but we've significantly ramped up our activities 4 years ago, and we've really formed what we call a strategic R&D center, which is one of the 3 largest centers outside of the United States. The innovation angle is actually pretty unique to the center in Israel because this is a hotbed of the innovation and technology. And so most of the products that we're working on in the R&D center, in our R&D facilities, are new products. We're targeting greenfield opportunities that have very large business potential, and we actually build those products from the ground up. I would say that the dynamic and the type of experiences are extremely similar across Silicon Valley and Israel. The number of startups in Israel is the largest outside the United States in terms of the VC community. California is the largest VC sort of area. The second largest is Massachusetts. Third largest is Israel. Fourth largest is New York State, and then on. So it's a very vivid and dynamic community. Thousands of startups. Any point in time, it's 3,000, 4,000 startups, and we actually get to benefit from that innovation, creativity.
In the wake of the global financial crisis, Israel is now looking to extend its trading focus more broadly, with key interest in the Asian and South American regions. The Israeli government has partnered with the ICCC Global Trade Center to promote 5 key industries to the wider business community. These industries include ICT, Information Technology and Telecommunications, Agritech, Agricultural Technology, Clean Tech, Environmental Technologies, Aerospace and Homeland Security, Life Sciences, Biotech, Medical and other health sciences. This represents a significant opportunity for global business leaders to connect and partner with some of the most innovative companies and technologies in the world. This is an opportunity not to be missed. Come and see an ancient land that is becoming a global economic force and a blessing to many nations.